And another thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hello, sister friends, and welcome to our second installment of And Another Thing. Starting off with number 1.
Number 1.
I'm going to go with a more recent one for number 1, and that is in the most recent video that I just did, episode number 18. I did not comment on or even catch at the beginning the symbolism as well as the dig that was thrown out by Jen regarding Mary and Jen sitting on the front porch together. Now, if we recall back, I think it was just last season, Robyn carrying on and crying all about the fact that the family was breaking up.
Again.
She had visions of the 4 sister wives all sitting on a porch together and watching the grandchildren playing outside in the front lawn, or something close to that. Her front porch fantasy has been ruined by these rotten sister wives who are leaving the family, because it's all about Robyn.
I'm looking at that mountain. I wanted to sit on a porch with my sister wives, with our kids and our grandkids. I don't understand.
Well, to show that life goes on and you can still sit on a front porch and enjoy it, Mary and Jen sat on their front porch to talk, but right away, Jen was prepared, which means the scene was set up, and they intentionally sat on the front porch because Jen said, "How much do you love that we're just sitting on the front porch together?" and just left it at that. That's all. I don't even think Mary responded. She might have just kind of and moved on. I guess because Mary didn't really respond, that was part of the reason it went right over my head. And it was the beginning of the episode. I wasn't really paying attention, wasn't expecting a first sentence bomb to be dropped. But I love how Jen is here to throw the digs at Kody and Robyn. And of course, this is not the fantasy that she had. They weren't watching children playing in the front yard, but TLC, come on. Come on, Puddle Monkey. You can do it. Set it up for next season. Have everybody on a front porch somewhere and have those grandchildren, McKelty's and Maddie's together, playing outside. Everybody sitting on the front porch watching and laughing and having a drink and socializing and enjoying each other's company. Now, the sister wives have to be there. It can't just be the kids watching their kids. Sister wives have to be watching their grandkids. Then the picture's complete. Okay, look for that in next season. Maybe the one after it. I don't know. There's no reason it can't be in next season. Let's put it in next season. Come on, TLC, you can do it.
Number 2.
Number 2, still episode 18. Just a quick thing I wanted to point out. Kody always likes to imply that these different men in his life are like buddies and friends of his. Now, it's interesting because he never said this guy was a friend or a long established agent of his. There's something about the way Kody presents himself that makes it seem as if he was presenting this agent as his agent of old. His agent for the past decade, and his drinking buddies on Friday nights. I can't really explain it, but I do have to tell you, I was watching another channel and they were talking about how Kody was saying, "Isn't it funny how he's calling him his friend, but then the guy says he just met him?" He never called him his friend, but I got the same impression. So it's not just me. Kody didn't come out and lie and say it's his friend, but he just has this way about him of insinuating these two are tight. So that being said, I found it funny. Even that Kody said, "I'm meeting my real estate agent out here." My real estate agent. If I have my beautician, it's somebody who I have an established relationship with. My nail tech is a guy who I've been going to, I've been going to him for over 20 years. He's my nail guy. I could say the same thing in the medical field. I have a women's health doctor that I go see. I have a primary care physician. Now, if I need to go see a dermatologist, never been to one. If I make an appointment to go see one, I'm not going to say that's my dermatologist. That's a dermatologist that I'm going to see. I haven't established a relationship. Kody had not sold or bought any property from this man, but he comes out shooting right at the beginning and calls him my real estate agent. I don't know why it bothers me. Why does that bother me? That should not bother me. I should not care. Who cares what he calls him? But it bugs me. It bugs me. It bugs me that he's trying to portray himself as something he's not. Maybe I should let it go. Maybe I shouldn't care. I really shouldn't care. I shouldn't care. I shouldn't care. But I did find it funny that following that, they cut to the real estate agent who describes Kody as a frenetic ball of energy, hot mess that comes rolling into the office and adds, yeah, so when I met him for the first time, Kody, he got my name off of some listing that I had. He didn't even get a referral from somebody else. He didn't get a referral. He went in the paper. He saw a listing. Well, this guy's listing a piece of property. I'll call this guy up. How can you not get a referral? My goodness, I personally know about, 4 or 5 real estate agents, friends who over the years have become real estate agents. Yeah, I think probably 5. I probably know 5 real estate agents that just live in the vicinity of my home that would be able to show my house if I wanted to list it with them. Let's put that aside. Let's assume they're all fairly new and I want somebody really established because I need to get this sold really quickly. I have a long list of friends, family that live in the area who I can talk to and say, who do you recommend? Who did you use when you moved? What did you think about them? Do you have somebody you would recommend? Isn't that the way most of us go about finding somebody who is going to do something of significance for us? Not Kody Brown, no. Which begs the question, does Kody Brown really have any friends in the area? I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know where Nathan lives. I don't think it's very close though. So that's out in terms of making a recommendation of somebody who's nearby to show the property. Yeah. Either the man is really, really stupid that instead of using somebody who they knew was a real estate agent, that he would just go to the newspaper. So he's either that dumb or he literally knows nobody, which would also mean Robyn knows nobody. What do you think? Which one is it?
Okay. Number 3.
Okay. Do you remember when in the episode they were talking about Mary and her Christmas decorating? They went to Janelle and Janelle talked fondly about all the lovely decorating that Mary did all the time in all the rooms of her house. Christine commented on how holidays were very important to Mary and how she did a beautiful job and went all out and that the kids loved going over there to see them all. Robyn didn't really address it at all. She went right to the point of defending herself over the notion that she had not been over to see any of the decorations at Mary's house in Flagstaff. What I didn't address is as soon as she went to the excuse of COVID, which didn't happen for 2 years after they moved there, but she used COVID. Oh, we moved there and then, COVID happened pretty shortly. 2 years. Pretty shortly after we got there.
Well, it was really tough because when we moved to Flagstaff, it was just a little while before COVID hit. And COVID really screwed up everything.
And then she instantly jumps into accusing the kids. Did you notice that? The deflection and changing of the story. She could not sit in it for more than a few seconds, probably because she knew she was wrong. She was not copping to it or admitting to anything. She was full on telling a lie. COVID wasn't the reason that for 7 years in Flagstaff, she didn't go over and take the kids to see Mary's Christmas decorations. Certainly didn't explain the first 2 years they moved there. And so she masterfully started evolving her answer into accusations about other people and pointing fingers at other people in the family.
Diabolical.
I'm gonna have to cut it, find it, cut it, and put it in here so that you can see how almost scary it is that somebody who's that devious and conniving and hiding things can take something and twist it, not only just change the subject, but start putting a target on somebody else's back.
And it was really sad to me because the younger kids really counted on those traditions and those get-togethers, and they really wanted them. And the older kids some of the older kids and the moms weren't interested in it the same way.
The throwing the kids under the bus topic was a total deflection from her being asked, why didn't you visit Mary? That was her answer there to why didn't you visit Mary?
It was just a little while before COVID hit, and COVID really screwed up everything. And it was really sad to me because the younger kids really counted on those traditions and those get-togethers, and they really wanted them. And the older kids, some of the older kids and the moms weren't interested in it the same way.
She's good. I hate to admit it. In a terrible way. She's good at being devious, and she's good at being a liar. Moving on. I made reference to the point in the previous video that Kody was saying he and Robyn love to always get on these four-wheelers and go out to this lookout point, and they love to watch the sunset there, and it's lovely and romantic, and it's their little time together. And I found it ironic because they were going up there and the sun was still shining, so it wasn't a cloudy day. And he said, let's get home before it gets dark, which just contradicted completely the fact that they go to this place to see the sunset. And then I left it at that. What I neglected to point out was the fact that by him saying we often, perpetually, if you will, go to this lookout point to watch the sunset together would mean the two of them would leave the house for at least an hour, i.e., they go on a date. And yet in previous episodes, we made a big to-do over the fact that they were going to spend an hour and a half having dinner somewhere because they can never get out of the house. It's impossible with the younger kids, and the older kids are so busy with school that they can't watch the younger kids. Interesting.
You have kids at home, and especially little kids, it's not always easy to go out on a date. The girls are very busy with college, and, you know, it's like you got homework, you got bedtime, you got dinner.
Oh, she doesn't feel pressure. But I'm like, finally got her all to myself. There's so much I want to talk about.
They magically made it happen for this episode, and apparently have magically made it happen multiple times in the past to watch the sunset up there. Or did they? Which one is the lie? You be the judge.
Number 5!
I'm starting to get back in the weeds of notes I found from a long time ago, so some of these are going to be pulled out from the bowels of Sister Wives. You remember back when Kody and Janelle were both meeting and having their meeting upstairs in the little attic of Josephine's, and at the very end of it, Kody gives Janelle a hug and he says, "Tell Savannah I love her." I remember at the time thinking he's doing that for the camera. He's doing that for the camera because he knows that everybody thinks you're a rotten dad, understandably, based on how much time and attention he has spent with Savannah. What I didn't point out is that this is really no better. He didn't say to her, hey, it's been a few weeks since I've seen Savannah. Do you know if she has next weekend free? Or do you know if she has an evening free? Should I text her? I mean, what he would probably say is, have Savannah reach out to me and we'll get together next week. And he would think that he was father of the year by saying that. Have her contact me and we'll get together next week. But he didn't even do any of that. All he said was, tell Savannah I love her. I know I haven't seen her and we're not getting together, but, just tell her that. After the fact, when I wrote it in my notes here, I was angry. I wanted to see him step up and do more. And knowing that there were cameras there and this was his opportunity to showboat, put it on display, put his best foot forward and show everybody, look, I'm being a good dad. This is his opportunity to do it, even if he didn't feel it or want to do it. And he still didn't. He just said, tell her I love her, and off he went. Frustrating.
Typical.
That's all we have for this episode of And Another Thing. But guess what? I already have a collection of stuff starting for the next one, so it won't be too long before another one of these episodes comes out. They won't all be corrections from episodes. This one just happened to be that way. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what you thought about it down below. Any thoughts or comments you had, I appreciate them. Take care. God bless. Have a great day. See you next time. Goodbye, sister friends.